Hey guys, Mauro here. Isn't that true that we all believe that, or at least a lot of us believe that life happens to us, that um, we wanted things different to the way they are actually for each one of us. It could be talking about how you're doing in school or how you're doing in general financially, or the person that you're married to, or the kind of people that you have as friends. Probably skills wise, talking about school, talking about a sport, probably how, the kind of player that you are at football, or the kind of performer that you are, or anything. All of us have the idea that, not all of us, but many of us have the idea that life happens to us. When if there is one thing that I have, if there is one thing that I have learned, I used to be the kind of person that believed that. I say, okay, I want things better, but he's not doing well because of this and this and this. And I will blame life, or I will blame people, I will blame just circumstances, things that were completely external to things that it was never me. It was always something else, always something external. It was never me, not really putting my best self out there, or working hard, or being disciplined, or whatever it was the reason. It was usually, even when I was a professional tennis player, many times I felt that, oh well, I didn't win because of the weather, or I didn't win because I didn't feel good, or I didn't win because, just many times finding the reason to not really look at myself and say, you know what, you messed up. If there is one thing that I have learned throughout life, is that we all are prophets. We all are our own prophets. We all label ourselves. The truth is that it doesn't matter what people tells us. It doesn't matter what people say about you, what your best friend or your girlfriend or your wife or your parents or anybody else says about you. Deep inside, deep inside ourselves, we have the idea. We already have ingrained the person that we are, how good we are, the potential that we have, what we're entitled to, how big are we going to be, how small or how little potential we have, or how insignificant we are, or how we are not better than anything or anybody else. The truth is that it doesn't matter what people, as we're growing up, it is important what happens to us when it comes down to parents and teachers and friends. But we get to a point when we're around the age of 25. That's when 80% of our identity and behavior has been formed. Thanks to all the environment, thanks to everything that the environment that we have, thanks to the perception that we have had from the environment while we've been growing up. Thanks to how we interpret what people told us. And sometimes we just don't know better. We don't know if our best friend comes to us and says, you know what, remember that project that you were trying, and it was a pretty, it was a pretty good project, but it was a big project and you were getting a little bit over yourself. That was a little too far from you to try. Like saying you were just not good enough. And that gives us the perception like, okay, you know what? I'm probably aiming too high, so I'm gonna aim all over, and we do that. Nobody else, usually we don't grow up with people, school or parents or friends telling us, if things are difficult, instead of lowering the bar, you gotta raise your standards, you gotta raise your discipline, and you gotta work on yourself. So what happens is that we prophesize our own future and the kind of person that we have become. And in the end, if there is one thing that I can say that I have learned, and this is, to me, this is a no-brainer as you grow up. This doesn't fail. I promise you, this does not fail. For those of you young people out there, that you're in junior high or high school, or you're probably in college, or you barely or got out of college, you're in in your 30s or in your 40s like me and you didn't get it yet. But one thing that I have that is, believe me, this does not fail, is that everything that we are, everything that we have is the result of, is the best and most accurate reflection of what we think about ourselves. The person that you are is exactly the person that you think about yourself. Exactly. You're probably thinking, oh my God, I never think about myself like I'm the kind of asshole that I am. Well, deep in your subconscious mind, deep down, you do. I don't want the car that I have. I don't want that car that I have. I wanted a better car. In my mind, I had it. Yeah, but deep inside, you didn't believe that you were gonna get something better. So what happens is that we think we want something. That's what everyone does. That's an easy thing to do. That we're born with that. We're thinking, I want this, and I want this, and I want that. And you think that you're that person, and you think that's what you want. And you might be what you really want. But in the end, there is a difference between this is what I want and this is who I am. And who I am is going to get this far. And who I am is going to work this much to get to what I want. See, this is what I want. This one doesn't matter. This one is going with the wind, guys. What you want is nothing. Everybody's got that. I want this. Everybody's got the wants and the desires. Who you are, who you truly believe, your real perception of yourself, of your value, of your self-worth is what matters. And everything that we have, that if you have a house, if you have an apartment, if you don't have anything, if you have a car, the kind of friends that you have, the kind of partner that you have, the wife, the husband, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, everything, it's pretty much the perfect reflection of the person that you have shaped throughout all these years, and the perfect beliefs and perceptions and thoughts and emotions that person has and says, this is what I want, which is very different. The truth is, this is who I am. So we claim something, but our thoughts and emotions, it completely erase the wants and the desires and says, this is reality. Don't be stupid. This is your wants. This is you being a kid playing with toys, playing, with a little train, with an electric train, or playing with your Legos or something like that. That's you wanting and desiring. The reality is, this is who you are. So the things that we want are completely thrown away immediately by, yes, but you know what? I want to win this tournament. Yeah, but I'm not that good. Oh, I wish I could date that girl. Yeah, but I'm worthless. I'm so shy. I'm so, I don't see myself capable of approaching her. I'm gonna make a stupid of myself if doing that. I need to pass this class. Oh my God! But I never really had the discipline to take 3 hours for 2 weeks and 3 hours of studying straight for this. See, so what we want, what our desire is just totally erased by what we're thinking instantaneously. Don't tell me that you don't have those, doesn't happen to you, that you want so many, you want this or you want that, or just the things that you want to be or that you want to have, and immediately there is a but, and it happened, and that but is immediately like a list of you're this and this and this and this and this and this. Just the reasons why we are not gonna get that, or we are not gonna be that person. So until you don't take it seriously and take some time to say, okay, I have to rewrite my story. I have to focus, laser focus on my self language, on visualizing until you don't take it seriously and say, I got to be able to close my eyes and see myself being capable of doing this, of becoming that person, of performing like that, of achieving what I want, of reaching my goals, until you cannot continuously, repeatedly, every day see yourself doing that, your mind is not going to change. Because the place where you are negatively is nothing but the same process that you have done throughout the years to become this guy, the worthless, stupid idiot that you think you are. This is exactly the same process. You're just reversing it and saying, you know what? I'm not gonna put the black tape and play it again over and over every day like I've done it for 5 years or 1 decade or 15 years or more than 20 years. I'm gonna put the white tape and I'm gonna play that now. And I'm gonna listen to it. It's exactly the same process. You listen to it, you get the thoughts, you get the emotions, you get the words, you get the images in your head, you get the feelings over and over and over and over and over. And it just overrides, it just takes over. The mind is like a crop field. That is, half of it is completely green and perfect for the crops. But if you don't take care of the other half, it's like sand or weed taking over. So your mind has been taken over by weed. It's just killing everything that you had in it. And if you don't strike back, if you don't say stop it, and I'm gonna start working on that soil and making it fertile again, the moment you stop, it starts receding. It's just the weed taking over and taking over and taking over. You gotta get rid of that. Well, you gotta do the same process. You're finding the weed and you're taking inch by inch, you're moving every day. That's how it works. There is no secrets, there is no myths, there is nothing magical about reprogramming your mind and becoming a different person. Nothing. There is nothing out of this world that is and there is no magic potion. There is not a fast way to do it. I always say, there are two things. If you want to do, if there is something worth for you in life, something really good for you, there are only two things that are true. One is that it's going to be really hard, that it's going to take a lot of work, that it's going to take a lot of discipline. It's going to be really hard. And two, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take years, because the real formation, the person that you are, your formation, the way you shape yourself right now took years. So don't expect it to be, oh wow, in 2 weeks or 2 months, I'm going to be a different person. No, but you start noticing differences right away. Right away. But until you don't get serious, you were really serious throwing shit to yourself for so long. Unless you get serious about changing that, like let's turning around. If you don't get as serious as you were, burying yourself deeper and deeper in that hole, you gotta be just as serious and even more to get yourself out of that hole. You just gotta do exactly the same process, but it's gonna change. It's gonna change the emotion. It's gonna change the words. It's gonna change the thoughts, and it's gonna change the sensations and everything that is going on in you. And every step of the way, especially in the beginning, your mind and your body is gonna fight it. Why? Because they're not used to that. You're not producing the same chemicals that the body got used to. When you're throwing trash at yourself, when you're trashing yourself, you're creating a chemical that your body becomes addicted to, even if it's bad. But it's just that's how the body, the subconscious mind works. The subconscious mind is getting information. The subconscious mind doesn't care if it's good or bad. It's just getting it, and it says, you know what? The body says, I don't like how it feels, but deep inside you do it over and over and gets to the point it becomes addicted to it. And that's why it keeps doing it. And it wants it. It feels weird when you don't do it. So it wants it so much that it feels weird when you don't do it. That it wants to go back to being the negative person, because that's the easy thing to do. So your mind and your body's gonna fight it every step of the way, especially in the beginning. And it's gonna grab anything, any stimuli from the external world to tell you, see, I'm telling you, you suck big time. Why are you trying to change? Anything that it can is gonna throw at you as a stimuli to tell you, to try to convince you that you are a worthless piece of crap. But guys, it's too bad. It's a cancer, it's a virus. And you injected it in yourself. You did it yourself. So you got to fight it. You just got, how do you do it? You're gonna be in a tug of war with those chemicals. Hi guys, sorry about that. That was someone knocking at the door. You can hear Rafa going crazy. So yeah, that's how it is. You created yourself, and you just have to, you gotta undo what you did and you did it with many times there is a lot of us that we put a lot of effort in digging ourselves, digging that hole and putting ourselves down there. And, well, it's just going to be the same way, undoing it. So, pay attention to that. Pay attention to your self-language. Be mindful of what you're thinking consistently. Step out of yourself. Look at yourself. Look at your perceptions, your ideas, what you're feeling, what you're going through. I always say, do inventory. How are things going? Look around you. Not on the external world. It's more on the internal world. If the external world is having a lot of impact on you, that means you're weak. It's as simple as that. That means you're not doing well, and that you're giving your power away. And you have to align your desires with the standards that you have, with the discipline and the way you're going to work for the things that you want. The desires and the wants, everybody's got them. But the willingness, the willpower, the will to say, okay, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put whatever is necessary out there to turn things around, is a very different story. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I hope it helps. Sorry for the Rafa thing there, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.